boy, this new moon is here. New moon in Gemini, May 22nd, 2020. Look at all the twos in there. And there's a whole lot happening with this moon. I'm excited to get started and talk to you guys about it. But first, if you would, I'd like to ask you to go ahead and hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up down there. Let's help get this message out. Leave a comment. Definitely let me know what your sign is. Let me know how these new moons and full moons affect you. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for your encouragement, for your support. Let me know if there's something different you would like me to look into or talk about. If you're not subscribed to this channel and you're new, welcome aboard. Hit that subscribe button. And go ahead and hit the notification button too, so that when I release a new video, you'll know right away. And of course, please share this video, because one of the biggest purposes that I have here is to help people to better understand the cosmic and the quantum process, so that they can have a better experience, a more appropriate experience here for themselves. So with all that said, let's go ahead and jump back into what's going on with this new moon in Gemini. Real quick, I explained it a little better in a previous video on a new moon, if you would like to check back and view those. The moon is between the earth and the sun. So you've got the earth, and then you've got the moon, and then you've got the sun. You have the sun, which is I am illumination, okay, which is behind illuminating the moon, which represents emotions, instincts, desires, the inner self. And it's also the time to manifest a new moon, to decide what you're going to create. It's a new cycle. And you know it's all about cycles. So there's a lot that's making this new moon exciting. You've got it in Gemini, which is exciting enough as it is. So with the new moon being in Gemini, let's talk about Gemini energy. Gemini is a masculine energy. It's also ruled by Mercury, which is associated with intelligence and communication. And it also represents duality, because its symbol is the twins. Even the glyph is like the Roman numeral 2. So we've got twos already showing up everywhere. It's an air sign. Air signs are about thoughts, expression. It's a mutable sign, which means it's adaptable, open to change. At the end of it, Gemini is about personal thoughts and communication, self-expression. Those are the themes of Gemini. To make things even more interesting, it's happening in the 9th house. The 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, which is the polarity of Gemini. So we've got polarities coming into it again. The 9th house is about exploring new thoughts and philosophies and beliefs outside of yourself. It's also about the house about long distance travel. So RJ from RJ Inspires, you guys go check him out. He just put a video out talking about how travel has changed. And that's what he does, is a travel vlog. But he talked about how travel has changed now that we're opening up and starting to re-enter society since this scary virus thing that everybody's been through. RJ, it's not a coincidence that you put that video out, because this is all occurring in the 9th house, which is which governs the long distance travel. So see, astrology does affect you every day, no matter what. So we've already got a lot of polarities going on out there. With all of that happening, how do you set an intent to create and manifest and plant seeds when it seems like everything happening is in opposition? There's still several planets in retrograde. To me, I consider this a time of reflection, reassessing, revisiting, depending on where things are happening in the houses and what planets are retrograde. And there's so many aspects and alignments. I'm going to leave that to the professional astrologers. I'm not even what I consider a novice astrologer at this point. I make the connections of astrology to the process. I'm not versed in the science of astrology. So I do recommend, and I do this every time, find an astrologer that resonates for you. And you'll start to see these patterns and everything materialize too when you start to look at it. The whole thing is paying attention to it. It's just like when you go outside and you get up, you check the weather to see how do I need to dress? Do I need to take an umbrella, raincoat? Is it going to be hot? Do I need to dress light? Is there going to be a storm? Same thing with astrology. But instead of checking your physical surroundings, as in the weather, you are checking your etheric or your quantum surroundings, your cosmic surroundings. So this is something that people are going to start seeing with the changes that I'm going to be talking about. This took me a while. I had a hard time staying on task with this because I kept seeing things that related to my chart and then this whole anniversary thing. So stay tuned until the end, and you can see Eddie. You can see my Eddie at the end, who taught me so much. The new moon means new creations. It illuminates what inner desire we have to create or manifest. What's inside of you that you would like to manifest. We've started the emergence after this time of turning inward, if you will, and we're checking out the surroundings. Mars is in Pisces. Now that brings the strength of Mars to the emotion of Pisces. And Gemini brings the information, the thoughts. Now sorting through all this, that's going to bring the questions. That's supported by Neptune, which is in Pisces. Neptune is all about mystery and illusion and the power of your imagination. So that's good in the whole category of manifestation, because imagination plays a part. Neptune is also the ruler of Pisces, so that makes that energy even stronger. It provokes deep thought, and that can lead to a deeper understanding of life, or better understanding of life. The inner exploration might result in a new philosophy or new belief system. Now Uranus, it's all about change, surprise, sudden change, perhaps awakening. And Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus, the strength of the bull, the determination. So you bring strength and determination to the element of change and surprise. This helps to manifest the new ideas and philosophies that we're all coming to. Okay, because we're considering new things. So this is also aspecting in the 9th house, which rules public expression of the ideas. The only fire energy that's really aspecting here that stands out to me is that it's in the 9th house, which is ruled by Sagittarius, which means learning one's true identity. And remember, this is the event astrology. So this applies to the collective, to society as a whole. Learning one's true or new identity sparks the philosophical and religious attitudes and searchings and quests and everything. So that energy's coming in there too. Now don't forget, Venus is retrograde still. With that, we want to consider how we love, what we love, and how you communicate and think within relationships. Do you listen to others' ideas? Do you consider the ideas, actually give them weight and opinion? And if you disagree, how do you do so? Are you there to inform or inflame? Is it a discussion or an argument? So these are all things that are going to go back and forth. It's this series of balances. Now we also have, and I'm just going to get into a few of the aspects. Like I said, I will leave a complete list of the astrologers and the videos that I used to come to this, and it blends with how I see the design and the cycle and everything from other dimensions. But Jupiter is trining Venus. This leads to an expansiveness in the expression of love. How we express love is expanded upon. Self-improvement and refinement and exploration result in how we relate with others. Everything must be in love and in right relation to creation. Now Saturn, which is structure, is in Aquarius, which is freedom and creativity. You know, Saturn is government, Saturn is responsibility, dependability, and it's also in a sextile with Mars, which brings the assertion. So this newfound freedom, this creativity to go along with the structure, with the assertiveness of Mars, meeting new people. This is understanding new attitudes, learning new ways of looking at things. These are things that we're gonna be seeing come to pass. There's going to be a lot of information coming down, so there's going to be a lot to sort through too. So we've got to be patient through this. So this alignment with Saturn and Mars cooperating with each other, it brings endurance to push through all of this fear and resistance to bring the dynamic restructure of our societies that lead to a more peaceful, balanced, and harmonious collective society existence. Jupiter is conjunct Pluto at 2 degrees, another 2. That represents the fight for truth, regaining your power. I could go on and on and on with these aspects and everything. But like I said, I'm going to leave that to the astrologers. A little quick note on some numerology. I came across, her name is Tanya Gabrielle. Again, link in the description. But she was talking about the numerology and all the 2s. Okay, so 2s, polarity, balance, the twins, again, Gemini. Communication between you and your higher self. There's another 2. And that would kind of be polarities because you're seeing 2 different sides of the equation. The moon is divine feminine and Gemini is divine masculine. So we've got a balance there too. The universal date, 05/22/22. So that adds up to 13, which is basically defined as transformation. So Gemini means that this is going to be fast. And this corresponds with what I've seen in the process. The gears of the machine are turning, and they're turning smoothly and steady. The process is happening. It's moving along like it's supposed to. So I'm hoping that that'll give you some comfort and some peace about what's happening around us. We're starting to emerge and explore our surroundings and each other because a lot of us have new ideals and new belief systems now, some. And so we got to see how we fit into things now and how we feel about other things that are out there. It's about taking back your power. The power that slipped away when you didn't even know that it was. You were unaware of it. And in doing that, taking back your power, you have to sort through what's truth, what's deception, what's ignorant. The restructuring that we're going to experience is based on the updated information from these processes. From self-beliefs and philosophies to society is going to experience a shift in their belief system. I encourage you, as always, to see where certain parts of this event fall in your chart. Start helping yourself to realize. Sometimes you can see that there's a certain planet coming around and just know that you might be a little edgy during that time, or that you might need to keep an extra awareness for opportunities that arise. These things are helpful and useful to us, and they help to bring us back to our knowledge of the quantum reality in which we are involved and evolving to every day. to get the good vibes going. Let's break out of this panic that's going on, and let's start living our lives. Let's take our power back to have some control over our experience. Until the next time, bye y'all.